In Los Angeles, programs like the APLA provide food, housing, and medical services to the more than 60,000 people suffering from the disease. The poverty rate has risen from 13.2% in 2008 to 14.2% in 2009. This is the highest it's been since official records began in 1959. Recycling centers like this one are meant to divert some of California's 44 million tons of garbage that it produces each year. California will receive more than $35.2 million to fund the program. The 13th annual Downtown on Ice kicked off this week at Pershing Square. It costs only $6 to get in and is open until January 17th. Crowding the streets for a purpose, thousands marched to North Hollywood to support the effort to fight AIDS. The AIDS Walk, which was spearheaded by the APLA, raised more than $2.8 million. The funds go to support many of the project's programs. In Los Angeles, programs like the APLA provide food, housing, and medical services to the more than 60,000 people suffering from the disease. While walks and marches bring national attention to the issue, treatment worker Anthony Contreras tells the story of a client infected with HIV.
And with that one sexual encounter, he contracted HIV. The chances of him infecting his fiancée are great. And now that she's breastfeeding her child, the fact that he could infect his 9-month-old daughter is pretty likely.
Along with food and counseling, the APLA provides medication. But for one man, the medicine proved too much.
In 2006, I decided not to take him anymore.
Leo McEverly Jr., an HIV-positive patient, has been on several treatment regimens and explains his concern.
I don't know what the long-term effects are of these strong medications that they were killing people off with, and now people are living with it, but yet they're coming, complications with heart or kidney or liver or pancreas.
Since 2009, the APLA has had more than 9,000 people take advantage of their services. In Los Angeles, this is Greg Donnell for Valley View News. An estimated 250,000 people experience homelessness each year in Los Angeles County. They come from all walks of life and from varied backgrounds. Many of these people will cycle in and out of shelters as they battle poverty, unemployment, or addiction. The poverty rate has risen from 13.2% in 2008 to 14.2% in 2009. This is the highest it's been since official records began in 1959. Shelters like the San Fernando Valley Rescue Mission help to provide family housing and food to those in need. As Rescue Mission Director Brian McKinney points out, the mission is there to provide a foundation for a new beginning.
When they come to our door, they've been so beat up by life and circumstances and a bunch of other things. We spend quite a bit of time just trying to encourage them and to say, hey, it's not the end of the world. Okay, yeah, this is the bottom, but it's all up from here, right?
The Mission Rescue Housing Program only accepts families that have passed a strict screening test. The shelter houses up to 28 people a night in dormitory-style sleeping arrangements. During their 90-day stay, patrons have access to case management, counseling, and vocational training. With America facing high unemployment numbers and record poverty levels, shelters like the San Fernando Valley Rescue Mission encourage even the least fortunate to dream. In North Hollywood, this is Greg Donnell for Valley View News. The city of Los Angeles produces over 44 million tons of garbage each year. On average, a typical American citizen will produce more than 29 pounds of garbage every week. To reduce landfill use, the state has implemented recycling diversion programs that are meant to cut landfill use by 50%. Programs like LacoMax, a countywide materials exchange program, allows customers to trade usable electronics from person to person. Unusable electronic goods, known as e-waste, can be brought to commercial recycling facilities like BCS Recycling in Canoga Park. The site is responsible for disposing of e-waste.
We probably bring in 4 or 5 ton a year. A lot of material comes in, it's disassembled, it's sorted by its various metals, and then sold off.
Flat screens and computer modems are disassembled for their parts and either crushed, shredded, or contracted to outside facilities. Circuit boards, which are gold-plated, are scrapped and resold for as much as $12 per pound. But e-waste is not the only problem plaguing landfills. Recycling centers like this one are meant to divert some of California's 44 million tons of garbage that it produces each year. This is in accordance with state law, which is looking to cut landfill use in half. In 1997, the EPA estimated that nearly 3.7 million metric tons of aluminum were recycled. So far, over 7,000 communities in California have installed pay-as-you-throw-away programs. Recycling programs like Replanet allow users to recycle cans for cash right on the spot.
Students and collecting bottles, and that actually helps the planet. Companies really need to be, aware, and we really need to be more educated on what green is.
In order to keep the planet clean, we must clean up after ourselves. From Northridge, this is Greg Donnell reporting for Valley View News. Hello and welcome to On Point. I'm Greg Donnell. Today we're going to be talking about the economy and illegal immigration, two big buzzwords in this fall's election. But how do these two intersect? Is there a general pattern that they follow? I mean, are they trying to get back home, or in most cases, are they trying to get settled in the United States?
I mean, once again, it depends on the individual situation.
So if we implemented a large-scale guest worker program again, do you think that would be a benefit to the American economy?
Well, I think the answer would be yes.
Do you think the image of a homeless person is consistent with the same image that we had 50 years ago of the guy with a stick in a sack walking around downtown?
Not at all, not at all. Because again, I think I mentioned this earlier, 50, 60 years ago, the image was, middle-aged, mostly middle-aged white guy.
I'm Greg Donnell. Have a great day.